what's good? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're reacting to a big crack video titled "The Most Disgusting Episode of My 600 Pound Life." I think that's about 300 kg because it's about half the. Yeah, but you know what time it is? Like, share, subscribe, share the video, and drop some comments down below. Expressing how you feel about the video, and let's get this video started. I've talked too much.
Food, it's easy to see why many 600-pound life fans call Jeanne selfish and spiteful. And this episode features some of the most disgusting scenes I have covered yet. Not only are there physically disgusting scenes, like starting out though, 36-year-old Jeanne is almost completely immobile, relying on her elderly parents to do everything for her. From making her meals to wiping after her after she's been in the toilet, her parents bear the brunt of her care. Jeanne suffers daily due to her chronic obesity and health issues because of her weight. After gaining extra weight, Jeanne could no longer use the shower after an extremely bad fall, and due to her size, meant that she became trapped there for hours. This means that she relies on her mother to wash her while in bed using a bowl and washcloth, a humiliating ordeal for both participants.
Wow.
From her bed, Jeanne commands her family to complete the various tasks she requires in order to keep her comfortable. And we learn the root cause of Jeanne's food addiction.
I'm happy as long as I keep eating. So I think that feeling then.
Yeah.
And I was over 100 pounds by the time I was 6.
Being over 100 pounds at the small age of 6 is over double the average weight of a child that age, putting extreme stress on Jeanne's body, not to mention the traumatic effect on the school playground, as we all know how cruel children can be. Things only got worse for Jeanne, as she was abused by one of her mother's boyfriends, keeping the abuse a secret and using food as a way to soothe herself. This traumatic event was a catalyst for Jeanne, and she unfortunately spiraled, gaining over 100 pounds in just 3 years. As a 9-year-old, she weighed over 200 pounds, the average weight of a 6-foot adult male. And if you thought it couldn't get any worse for Jeanne, you'd be wrong, as her grandma became even more abusive as time went on. Punishments that her grandma gave were bizarre too, like making Jeanne smoke a pack of cigarettes as a preteen. It's very unfortunate that Jeanne just didn't have much support growing up, and wasn't really given much of a chance at life. Jeanne's grandma died when she was 13 years old, and after revealing the extent of her trauma with her mother, it looked like things were going to get better for Jeanne, and she could finally heal and move on with her life. But the pain was still there, and the only way she felt like she could carry on was through food. At 15 years old, Jeanne was over 350 pounds, making her high school life very difficult. Developing depression as a result of all the bullying, Jeanne ended up dropping out at just 17 years old, meaning she wouldn't get any qualifications. This negative spiral just continued, as Jeanne kept eating and eating until she weighed over 400 pounds at the age of 18. Jeanne's weight had...
Okay. I ain't gonna lie though, but I feel like it gets crazy when you get to the point that you can't walk again. Like that's the crazy thing for me, because like I'm on the big side, right? So when I feel like I walk for like an hour, or that's too much. I walk for like 30 minutes and my legs start paining me on like an hour, and I can't really run like that. Nah. That means like I gotta stop going to McDonald's and stuff like that. But I feel like it's just your understanding. I guess I know people just go to different things for coping mechanism and stuff like that. Me too. Not gonna lie, but you just have to like regulate your shit, you know? Just try not to just keep eating stuff. Like, yeah, I don't know. Everyone do what's best for you and figure yourself out. That's it for me.
massive impact on her lifestyle too, as she found it extremely difficult to do what most people her age could do with ease.
Not gonna lie, I think this is like the third or fourth burger she's eaten. Like, oh God. Well, let's get the video.
My world started to become just my house and my mom, and that's the way it was for a while. So my eating didn't change.
Sorry. I think her mom's enabling her. Like, I think she's for sure enabling her because she's eating stuff, and, you know, when you care about a person, I know, yeah, use stats, you know, giving them what they want and stuff like that. But if you really care about the person, you just gotta don't give them food. Just don't give her food. Don't give her food. She's gonna be fine. I'm like, if she doesn't eat for 2 days, 3 days, I mean, she's gonna be fine. So just don't give her food. I'm gonna talk about the person's mom.
Except I think I eat more now than I did then, because my life over the last 10 years has completely become my house. I'm so big. There are people over there.
Okay, so sorry for cutting this video short and stuff like that. But the thing is, if you're on the big side, I mean, oh God, I feel like people talking about you gives you a reason to like stop eating. For me personally, because like back home, back in Nigeria, and I was like, people were just stressing about me being big and stuff like that. I actually started working out and playing football more to like lose some weight, you know. So losing some weight, I guess it could be hard for some people, but I feel like just be comfortable in your own skin. It's gonna be hard at 600 pounds, not gonna lie. But I mean, before you got there, in front of people in school, just be yourself, and people gonna make fun of you either way. So I mean, if you just kept to a diet and just but I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know.
On the ground because they're normal or whatever, you know.
Broski, you aren't disabled. Well, you are disabled, but you cause it yourself. So like, it's wild. It's wild thinking about it like this because there's some people that they rush to hospitals for stuff, crazy stuff, and they have their legs cut off. So that's a real disability. But like this, you cause this with your own hands. So I can't really call that. It is a disability in a kind of a way, but in my eyes, it's just like, nah, you caused this. You fucked
But
up.
karma's and it will come back on them.
Whether it's fact or fiction, Jeanne is definitely extremely self-conscious about her appearance, feeling like an endangered animal in a zoo. She is obsessed with making sure people can't see her, as she automatically assumes they will just laugh at her weight. Stars just expect to be given weight loss surgery, as if this will fix all of their problems. When someone is as overweight as Jeanne, literally over 700 pounds, they're consuming about 8 to 10,000 calories every single day, potentially even more. Their stomachs are stretched to their absolute limit, so they feel much hungrier than the average person, because there's just a massive space to fill. On top of this, Jeanne will still have her habit of binge eating every few hours. The weight loss surgery isn't a miracle cure that will make her cravings all go away. It's a useful tool for weight loss over extended periods of time, but Jeanne doesn't want. Concern for her, Dr. Now instructs Jeanne to stay a night in the hospital to run some tests and see how serious this issue is. Her skin issue gets dangerous as it begins pouring with blood. In an emergency, Jeanne's mother calls for the nurses to come in. The situation is escalated to Dr. Now, where he finds that, and please be warned, this is genuinely disgusting. Jeanne's mother is not washing her well enough after she uses the bathroom, so her wound has become infected with fecal matter. And losing the weight is the only way she can avoid certain death, which is achieved by sticking to the weight loss program and shedding the pounds. But her and her mother are in complete denial about her behavior and her diet.
That shit I was talking about earlier. Her mother is what's the word? She's enabling her. Yeah, I think her mother's just fed up actually at this point. She's probably just gonna die, bro. I don't know, but I don't know. She's just probably fed up with cleaning her up every time and just like embarrassing for her, for both of them actually, but might be a reason why she doesn't care as much. It's just
I understand.
£100. And as you'd have guessed, she was wrong. In the 2 months since Dr. Now gave her a final chance to qualify for weight loss surgery, Jeanne has lost a whopping 7 pounds. Her complete failure leaves her devastated as she loses her big chance for weight loss surgery. Frustrated and upset, Jeanne can't understand why she's barely lost any weight. Dr. Now is quite annoyed with both Jeanne and her mother for their negligence when it comes to her health.
Just look at her mother. Her mother. Just take a peek at her mother.
And upset, Jeanne can't understand why she's barely lost any weight. Dr. Now is quite annoyed with both Jeanne and
Her mother is overweight too. I don't know. I feel like her mother just didn't really care when she was just growing up. I know she wasn't really at home like that, but her mother is overweight. So like, overweight mother, this one obese daughter. You could say that, I guess.
and her mother for their negligence when it comes to her health. But he does notice that Jeanne's wound is getting worse and is fearful that this could severely threaten her life. So he refers her back to the hospital for further tests, just to get an idea of how serious this wound actually is. Upon finding that the infection, Jeanne is convinced that another opportunity will magically appear to cure her. But we all know the only real way out is through a calorie deficit, which she doesn't want to have. Now, if you want to see some people who actually made a real effort on
for sure. Like the video, you know what to do, guys. Please, making some YouTube videos for a while now, and still trying to get used to making the videos. So, I would appreciate it if you could just love. I said love. Oh my God, I'm tripping. Like, share, subscribe to the video, and let's get this video out. Please subscribe, and yeah, see y'all later. Probably gonna make other videos too. It's nice,